the 90-90 hip lift. So this is a positional breathing exercise. As always with positional breathing drills, I like to first discuss the targeted area we're breathing into and then discuss how we breathe. So for this exercise, what we're aiming to do is we're aiming to create expansion simultaneously of our belly and our rib cage up, in and out with air, okay? The way we're gonna facilitate that is we're gonna aim our breaths, we're gonna mentally imagine directing our breath into our low back once we set up for this exercise. If we can pull air into our low back, that's gonna inflate everything simultaneously. The way we breathe, as always with positional breathing drills, is we're gonna do a 3 to 4 second inhale through our nose with our tongue just gently on the roof of our mouth, jaw relaxed, followed by a 6 to 8 second or twice as long exhale through our mouth, making the sound we would if we're fogging up a mirror. So nice relaxed, wide mouth, relaxed jaw. We're gonna pause with all that air out for 2-3 seconds. That's gonna count as one breath cycle. So 3-4 in, 6-8 out, pause for 2 or 3. That's one breath cycle, and repeat for the prescribed number of breaths. Okay, so to set this exercise up, we're going to get our feet up on a wall here so that our knees and our hips are at approximately 90-degree angles. I have a half a foam roller here. Can use pillows, really anything that we can bolster in between our knees and create about 6 inches or so of space and just keep a subtle squeeze. Okay, so from there, we're gonna put our hands right on our bottom ribs here. And in order to get in position for this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna begin with the exhale so that, okay, as we exhale, we're just going to imagine that we're gently dragging that wall down, just so that you might see this very subtle pelvic tilt. Okay, so we're just trying to essentially imagine we're pulling that wall down subtly with our heels. And as I exhale, that's going to create a little bit of daylight here, right, between my tailbone and the ground. Notice how my low back stays nice and flush, and that's what we want. So we don't want to see this happen where we can get our hands under our low back. I want to be able to keep my hands in the space between my low back and the floor, and I'm just exhaling to get my very, very subtle tilt. So I can just put my hands under my tailbone here, okay? So once we're in position there, we begin with that exhale to get in position. Once we're in position, we're just gonna aim to do those inhales into our low back, so. Then let it go. And as I let it go, I'm just subtly dragging that wall down on the exhale. Very subtly. You might feel the back of your legs, your hamstrings kick on subtly. That's okay. That's actually what we want. Very important here is we want to make sure we're keeping our abdominals, our outer abdominals off. So the cue we like to use is jelly stomach, jelly belly, okay? So keeping those off and just exhaling, dragging that wall down. So I'm going to go through just a couple reps here. Now that you have the idea, without talking through it, I'll just breathe through it and you can watch, okay? So I get in position. All right, so that was about 2 full breath cycles. You can probably see that I begin to create that big expansion as I get that air into my back, and then I want to collapse as I drag that wall down. I really want to sink into my low back and let those ribs fall. So that's the goal here, is to get that rib cage to move, okay? So on that inhale, we get that rib cage to inflate, and then we get it to collapse. All right? You'll get better at this as you go. There is a little bit of a learning curve with these at first. That's okay. So remember, we're trying to pull air, mentally direct that air into that low back, and make sure we're getting nice, big, long, relaxed exhales. This is the 90-90 hip lift.